Welcome to Completing a Stuart Triple Expansion Engine. This one is part 14 and it's called Modifying and Fitting the Crankshaft Lubricators. I'm going to fit some oil cups to each of the journals on the crankshaft. But first of all I have to find the right type. This is a great lubricator, but it's a little bit on the big side. Normally I would use lubricators that are this size on something like a Stuart 5A, but unfortunately this one is far too big for this engine. I buy this type of lubricator from my friend Chris Lockwood at 21st Century Steam Company. Chris is currently selling things via eBay. He also sells these really nice small lubricators. These will be ideal for the job with a bit of modification. These lubricators have a needle valve in the top to regulate the oil flow. The screw thread on this type of lubricator is 5BA, which is ideal for screwing into the bearing retainers once I've threaded the whole 5BA. With this type of lubricator, for ease of use, I normally screw an oil cup into the top of them. Because when they're fitted to the engine, it's very difficult to first of all remove the needle valve to fill the lubricator and then adjust the needle valve for the correct oil flow. Normally I would get it wrong, either too much or too little. And that's why I normally screw an oil cup into the top, but it doesn't look right in this application. It's altogether too fussy and it's quite difficult to fill because of the angle and the position of the oil can's nozzle. What are the other alternatives? Find an oil cup that's sort of in between this size and the next size up, or fit things like this, which are much bigger and frankly look quite plain and ugly. And of course I speak from experience because in the past I had several girlfriends that fit the same description. In the end I decided to go for these very small glass lubricators. But before fitting them to the engine I modified them by fitting them into the chuck, and I used a centre drill to open up the inlet. This will make it far more convenient to refill the lubricators, and the small vent hole is a bonus because it lets the air out as the oil goes into the lubricator. And there are a couple of other benefits. One is, if I was to use oil piping, it gives a larger opening on the top of the lubricator for the oil to drip into. So now I know I'm going to fit these, I need to thread the holes in the centre of the keepers for the main bearings, 5BA. First of all, I remove the 4BA nuts that hold them in place, starting with the first one. And once again, the very good engineering standard in this part of the engine is a bonus. The split bearing retainers lift off very cleanly and easily. The first part of the job is to clean up the top face on a piece of wet dry sandpaper. To the left of me on the workbench is a Proxon drill press fitted with a Proxon motor tool, a very useful thing to have. I'm enlarging the holes in the bearing retainers to tapping size for 7BA, and because the drill isn't super powerful I can hold the parts in my hand without any danger. I wouldn't dare do this on the full-size drill press because if the drill grabbed it would spin round and badly cut my fingers. After drilling the first hole, I tap it using a 5BA tap. Then it was a really simple job to screw it into the bearing keeper plate. An important point here, when I screwed the oil cup into the keeper plate, I made sure that a small amount of it protruded from the bottom of the keeper plate, so when I tightened it up, the oil cup was firmly held in place, and here you see the filling principle. In this clip I'm wiping away the surplus oil that's overflowed from the cup, but if I was going to run the engine I wouldn't bother doing this as the surplus oil would find its way into the bearings anyway. By modifying these oil cups I think it's a good idea. They're going to be quite easy to fill and I can physically see how much oil is in there. Time to fit oil cup number 2 in exactly the same way. In this clip you will notice that I've temporarily fitted the centre eccentrics which are split and clamp onto the crankshaft. I'm thinking about modifying this arrangement. I'll show you one idea that I've had later on in the episode. But for now it's back to drilling and threading the bearing retainers, screwing in another oil cup and refitting the assembly to the engine. 2 down, 2 to go. This morning I had a very pleasant surprise. The video that I made public last night, part 61 of the Simplex Prairie Tank series, had no less than 89 comments on it, and I only had to delete one of them from an idiot. Here's the last of the refitting of the keeper plates, and before I fully tightened the 4BA bolts I made sure that the lubricator was fully screwed in. These are very useful things to have in the workshop. They are glass-headed pins, which reminds me I'm down to the last one. I must order some more. Here I'm using a pin to check the continuity of the oil flow from the lubricator to the bearing. The pin fits all the way through the lubricator, through the keeper plate and through the bearing itself and touches the crankshaft. And here I'm doing the same thing on all the rest of the bearings. This is bearing number 4 or number 1, depending which way you look at it. Now look at the pair of eccentrics on the crankshaft. As you can see, they're made in 2 halves, and with the help of 2 7BA bolts, they clamp to the crankshaft. I'm seriously thinking about opening up the holes and fitting 2 6BA Allen head bolts. More about that in a forthcoming episode. I think now that the brass oil cups have been fitted with the see-through part, they look about right. At the side of the engine you can see the motion bracket. This is how it came out of the tumbler, quite shiny. But there were still machining marks on it, so I used wet to dry sandpaper, followed by a visit to the polishing spindle in the outer part of the workshop. Then it was down into my kitchen to put this part into the tumbler one more time. And in this clip you can see that it does look quite shiny now. And that's it for this episode. Progress is being made, slowly but surely. Stay healthy, thanks for watching, and I hope you found it useful. Please take the time to visit my Mainsteam Models website and click on the section of the website that says Video Playlists. And by doing that, you can find other videos that you may like to watch. And by using the playlists, you can actually watch the videos back to back.